And good evening and welcome to the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach on this Wednesday, November the 3rd, 2021, our Region 4A semifinal field hockey matchup featuring the Great Bridge Wildcats, the reigning state champions out at Chesapeake with a record of 14-3 overall, taking on the Warwick Raiders of Newport News and from the Peninsula District. Warwick coming into this matchup today against Great Bridge. Certainly, you would say the underdog, if you will, but coming off a very impressive double overtime win over Deep Creek in the quarterfinals to up their mark to 5-7 on the campaign. Hello, everyone. I am Matthew Hatfield. Thanks for tuning in to our field hockey coverage today, presented by Zoop Eatery. We'll tell you more about Zoop in a moment. You can watch this game here on beachsportsplex.com and on our YouTube channel. Playoffs are here. We'll bring you this Region 4A matchup. If you can't be here in person, today's game, as well as other regional field hockey playoff matchups. That included a doubleheader on Tuesday with Cox and First Colonial prevailing over the likes of Kempsville and Princess Anne, respectively, to punch their tickets to the state tournament. They're all available archived on our Virginia Beach Sportsplex YouTube channel and on beachsportsplex.com under streaming. Just click the links and you'll see all kinds of field hockey action, football action, and soccer too here at the training center and at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. We'll give you the lineups here in a moment as we're getting set for the national anthem. Now, we had a little bit of a late start here tonight because Warwick coming through the tunnel. As you can imagine, the traffic at Hampton Roads is not sometimes the best or the most cooperative. So Warwick got here a little bit later than they liked, and certainly the tournament directors were accommodating enough to allow them to get a little bit more time to warm up here against the reigning state champs from Great Bridge High School in Chesapeake. Tell you about these two teams here. The Warwick Raiders coming in at 5-7 overall, and Warwick winning in double overtime, 2-1 over Deep Creek earlier this week, thanks to goals from Alora Chapel and Lillian Krikorian. We'll tell you more about them in a moment. But Warwick coming into this matchup having beaten Heritage, Hampton, Woodside, and Smithfield. They are coached by Michael Norton, assisted by Ashley Page Norton. Bryson Weaver, the team manager for the Raiders. And the captains are Lillian Krikorian and Zoe Santos, a senior defenseman. For the Raiders, in numerical order, senior forward Chloe Thompson, number 1. Number 2, sophomore midfielder Evelyn Marchese. Now not here today without the services of number 3, Dreama Starcher, a senior defenseman for Warwick. Alora Chapel had a goal and assist. We mentioned her. She's wearing number 4, the freshman forward for the Raiders. Number 5, Catherine Krikorian, a freshman goalkeeper for Warwick. And number 6, Lillian Krikorian, a sophomore midfielder who had a goal and assist. Now, ironically enough, they're both the daughters of John Krikorian, the head men's basketball coach at Christopher Newport University, one of the premier Division III college basketball programs in our land. He led CNU to a Final Four just a couple years back. In addition to the Krikorian sisters for the Warwick Raiders in their lineup, number 8, Samantha Pelfrey, a junior midfielder. Number 9, Emma Barnes, a junior forward. Number 10, Madeline Mojica, a junior midfielder. Number 11, Zoe Santos, one of those senior captains we highlighted earlier. Charlie Farrell, a sophomore, wearing number 13. Amila Chambers, a senior forward, wearing number 14. Junior Naomi Hall is number 17. Number 18, Aman Hakanos, a senior forward. Shiny Singleton, a senior midfielder, wearing number 19. And sophomore forward, number 20, Marola Saad, plus a freshman on their roster in number 23, Cadence Smalls. For the Great Bridge Wildcats, who made it to the regional semis by defeating War Hill 6-0 in the quarterfinals this week. Taylor Hester had a goal and 3 assists in that game. Julia Foran added a goal and an assist. Those two among the 6 different Wildcats to score for them. Madison Wiley had a goal. She's a senior wearing number 1. Paige Schmidt, a junior wearing number 2. Autumn Labor, a junior wearing number 4. Grayson Kurth, a junior wearing number 5. Aubrey Steckline, keep an eye on her, a sophomore who had a goal against Warwick. She wears number 6. Juniors Mackenzie Wilson and Hannah Higgins. Wilson wearing number 7. Higgins had a goal in the first round of the playoffs. She wears number 8. Abigail Ferris, a sophomore wearing number 9. Julia Foran wearing number 10. She's a senior for the Wildcats. Lillian Johnson, a freshman wearing number 12. Jordan Walters, also a freshman for Great Bridge. She wears number 13. Taylor Hester, a senior, wearing number 14. Nora Capes, a freshman, wearing number 15. Anna Hopkins, a junior, who wears number 16. Number 17 is Harley Denson, a freshman for the Wildcats. Another freshman is Mackenzie Cummins. She wears number 20. Lydia Hall is a junior, wearing number 21. Elena Acosta is a senior, wearing number 22. And rounding out the lineup for Coach Katie Duke is number 44, Peyton Belby. The reigning state champs from Great Bridge come in at 14-3 overall, 12 total shutouts this year, and they enter on a 5-game winning streak. Their only losses coming to Nansman River, 4-3, Tab, 4-0, and also they fell to the Poquoson Islanders, another state power, 5-0. As you see, the officials meeting with the captains for both teams, Great Bridge in the white, Warwick in the maroon. We are almost set here for action. Our game today presented by Zoop Eatery. And Zoop Eatery has all kinds of goodies for you. Stop on in. They've got a location in Virginia Beach. Does Zoop, whether it's customizable or individually packaged meals, a box lunch. Choose from the wide variety of soups, fresh salads, made-to-order sandwiches, all served with a hunk of bread and dessert. There's something for the whole crew at Zoop Eatery. And we're about set here for our field hockey matchup. We appreciate all you tuning in on our YouTube channel and on beachsportsplex.com tonight. Matt Hatfield here with you. We're going to pause here in a second for our national anthem, along with the player introductions.
First, we're going to meet tonight's starters for the visiting Raiders of Warwick. Winner of this game tonight earns their bid in the Class 4 state tournament that starts next Tuesday. Championship game of this regional tournament will be played tomorrow night. Starters for the Raiders: number 1, Chloe Thomas. Number 2, Evelyn Marchese. Number 4, Alora Chapel. Number 5, Catherine Krikorian. Number 6, Lillian Krikorian. Number 8, Samantha Pelfrey. Number 9, Emma Barnes. Number 10, Madeline Mojica. 11, Zoe Santos. Number 13, Charlie Farrell. Number 14, Amila Chambers. 17, Naomi Hall. Number 18, Amani Akanu. Number 19, Cheney Singleton. Number 20, Marula Saad. And number 23, Cadence Smalls. Now tonight's starters for the Great Bridge Wildcats. Number 1, Maddie Wiley. Number 2, Paige Schmidt. 4, Autumn Labor. Number 5, Grayson Kurth. 6, Aubrey Steckline. 7, Mackenzie Wilson. Number 8, Hannah Higgins. Number 9, Abby Ferris. 10, Julia Ferren. Number 12, Lily Johnson. Number 13, Jordan Walters. Number 14, Taylor Hester. Number 15, Nora Capes. Number 16, Anna Hopkins. 17, Harley Denson. Number 20, Mackenzie Cummins. Number 21, Lydia Hall. 22, Elena Acosta. Number 25, Kayla Appleby. And number 88, Peyton Belby. Wildcat head coach Katie Duke, assistant coaches James Duke and Courtney Rampy. At this time, we ask that everyone remove hats as we honor our country with the playing of the national anthem.
So there you heard our national anthem and player introductions. We'll take a quick pause and come back with the face-off here from the Regional Training Center before our Region 4A field hockey matchup. Let's hear from our title sponsor, Zoop Eatery. Zoop Eatery. Welcome back to the Regional Training Center here in Virginia Beach as we're set for this Region 4A field hockey matchup featuring the Great Bridge Wildcats, reigning Class 4 state champs at 14-3 overall, and the Warwick Raiders, who come in at 5-7 overall. Matt Hatfield, pleased to be with you here tonight, and the winner of this matchup will be taking on the winner of the other semifinal going on right now as we speak at Warner Stadium in Williamsburg between third-seeded Grafton and second-seeded Jamestown. Jamestown a 10-0 winner over 7th-seeded Smithfield in the quarterfinals earlier this week, while it was Grafton prevailing 6-0 over Churchland in its matchup this week in the quarterfinals. We are underway here from the training center in Virginia Beach, and it is Warwick in the dark unis with the gold numerals trying to keep Great Bridge out of transition in the early going. Wildcats have it there with number 10, Julia Foran, dumping it off to Hannah Higgins. Raiders come up with the stop, but Wildcats have it back with Mackenzie Cummins, the freshman. Raiders able to keep them at bay for a moment here. As you see Lydia Hall and Taylor Hester try to get in the circle and create something, but Warwick able to get the stop that they wanted. Good stick work from Alora Chappell. Gets it into Great Bridge territory. Scoots away from her, though, and Grayson Kurth, the junior, is able to come up with it on the far side tonight. Jacob Zado on camera. We thank him for his work this evening. And Nick Senti for helping us get set up here on this chilly Wednesday night in November. Great time of year, all different sports in play. And inside, it's going to be scored for the Wildcats as they strike first with a goal, courtesy of Julia Foran. And Great Bridge is on the board first. 1-0, they lead it. Just a slow dribbler there for the senior Julia Foran, who had a goal and an assist versus Warhill earlier this week, and with 13.5 minutes to go in our opening frame. Great Bridge strikes first. They'll have it up on the board here in a moment. Foran with her second goal of the playoffs to put her team in front. Warwick going to try to respond and get that equalizer here. Lower Chapel has it. Gets it up ahead. Great Bridge able to scoop it up there now as they've got it. Lydia Hall up the field. Racing forward with it is Foreign. And now Hannah Higgins, one of the juniors on the squad for Coach Katie Duke. Trying to get a good feed in there and thread the needle was Aubrey Steckline. And she ends up drawing our first penalty corner of the night for the Great Bridge Wildcats.
That opening goal for the Wildcats by number 2, Julia Friend, assisted by number 1, Maddie Wiley.
So it'll be number 10 for Great Bridge, Julia Foreign here on this corner, putting it into play. And a whistle there. Weren't quite ready for it before she can get it to Grayson Kurth. Inside there. Great Bridge has it hop around. Scooped back in by number 14, Taylor Hester. It rolls wide of the net and out of play. Thanks to another one of our sponsors here at the training center of tonight's matchup. That's Chicho's Pizza, a beach institution since 1968. Chicho has been serving the best pie around for more than 50 years from the single founding location and now 8 different locations around Tidewater. Stop in, order online to find out why they're a favorite. Chicho's, more than a pizza. Warwick has it with Zoe Santos, the senior, who has it taken away by Hannah Higgins. Higgins working it along the end line. Now controlled by Evelyn Marchese for Warwick. Raiders trying to dig out of their own attacking third. Hannah Hopkins. Hopkins finding a teammate in Taylor Hester. Slices it into Lydia Hall. And now inside the circle. Diving to stop it there. Great job by Warwick to prevent from Great Bridge Wildcats from getting another goal on the board here. Staying with it though, Laura Chapel. Battling there and getting a little physical. Some bumping between Madison Wiley and Chapel. And we've got another penalty corner coming up for the Wildcats of Great Bridge. About 9.5 minutes to go in our opening frame. Nice shot and a goal for number 21 of Great Bridge, Lydia Hall, the junior, and the Wildcats add to their lead. Second goal of the night for the reigning state champs out of Chesapeake as they extend their advantage to 2-0 with 10-12 to go in our first quarter.
Wiley's second assist of the night creates a goal by Lydia Hall.
And Maddie Wiley finding Lydia Hall. And Great Bridge adding to its advantage here. Warwick going to try to chase it down with Naomi Hall before it rolls out of bounds. Could argue this is the toughest opponent that Warwick has seen all year long. Great Bridge, a state fixture when it comes to field hockey and one of the best around year in and year out.
Move, ladies, move.
If you look at the VHSL record book, you're going to see their name all across it. Wildcats looking to advance back into Warwick territory again. Wiley has it, but pull it back out. Slowly work it into Warwick's side of the field. There's Wiley getting it past a Warwick defender, Julia Ford now. Turning outside, getting past Charlie Farrell. And inside, cutting in. Nearly a goal score, but that one will sail wide of the near post of our camera angle and out of play. So Warwick dodging a bullet here. You look at this Warwick roster, And yes, there are some seniors in Chloe Thomas, Prima Starcher, who they're without the services of tonight, Zoe Santos, Amila Chambers, Amain Akanos, and Shani Singleton. But quite a few sophomores and freshmen and juniors that have contributed to their success. Laura Chappell, a freshman, we mentioned the Krikorian sisters, Catherine and Lillian. We highlighted in the open the daughters of CNU men's basketball coach John Krikorian, another penalty corner for Great Bridge. So future looking pretty bright for this Warwick program. Tough matchup today as they did not see any Chesapeake or Beach teams. Pretty much all Peninsula and Bay River squads as we have the third penalty corner of the night for Great Bridge. Dumping it off, Grayson Kurth inside now. And another goal is going to be scored for the Wildcats of Great Bridge High. You see the combination of Taylor Hester and Aubrey Steckline making that work to add to their lead 3-0 here in Virginia Beach with 7:41 to play in our first quarter. Dominant start here for Great Bridge. Not wasting any time.
Maddie Wiley again, this time with the goal. Taylor Hester on the assist.
Let's go. Move around, Chloe. Be open, Chloe.
So Great Bridge extending its lead to 3-0 thanks to the combo of Taylor Hester, who had 3 assists against War Hill with an assist finding Maddie Wiley, who gets on the board here. Wiley, one of the premier players in all of Hampton Roads here. And controlling it nicely there, Great Bridge with Maddie Wiley, senior leader and captain for this Great Bridge squad. Warwick able to get a stop here. Only for a brief moment as Samantha Pelfrey stops Wiley until she nabs it right back. And there's Lillian Krikorian getting it out of trouble until Wiley intercepts it and nearly gets another goal on the board for Great Bridge. Great Bridge has been ranked among the top teams in the Hampton Roads regardless of classification all year long. In fact, the Virginian Pilot in its preseason rankings had them 5th behind just Pocosin, First Colonial, Norfolk Academy, and undefeated Cox, who will be in action on Thursday at 6 o'clock Eastern here on our Virginia Beach Sportsplex YouTube channel and beachsportsplex.com, taking on First Colonial for the Region 5A crown. Deep inside, another goal on the board for Maddie Wiley as she is just having a game tonight, folks. Another goal for Madison Wiley. All Great Bridge here in this first period. .5:57 to go in our opening quarter. And it's 4-0 already in favor of the Wildcats of Great Bridge High. Good turnout here from the fans around Tidewater for this matchup. There's Maddie Wiley right there at midfield, able to knock it away from a host of Warwick players. Great Bridge on the run again until Warwick makes a nice defensive play with Laura Chappell. Penalty corner coming up now for the Wildcats. You almost take your chances if you're Warwick with those to keep Great Bridge from threatening again, but great execution and timing here for Great Bridge in this first period. As Julia Foran gets it in, there's Wiley, who's got the hot hand for sure. And inside you see Taylor Hester. Unable to add to that lead on that sequence, but rest assured Great Bridge is going to pounce here again with their attacking defense. Aubrey Steckline coming up at the stop. One of the rare unassisted goals for Great Bridge as they've been displaying great teamwork here in this first half. Another one of our sponsors of field hockey action here at the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach would be none other than One Life Fitness. One Life, one inspired life. They're here to help. Start your new membership today at any one of the 8 convenient Hampton Roads locations by going online to onelifefitness.com and claiming your free trial pass. One Life Fitness. And as we told you about One Life Fitness, another penalty corner coming up for the Wildcats of Great Bridge. Fifth of the opening frame. Nice little dump off, and trying to take matters into her own hands was Grayson Kurth, except she has it poked away by a Warwick player who runs into one of the Great Bridge players. That was Catherine Krikorian, I believe. Battle there for it, and Great Bridge comes up with it. Wildcats with Lillian Johnson, a 9th grader who's been influential to their success this year. We've called out Julia Foran and Maddie Wiley's name a number of times here in this opening quarter. There's Mackenzie Coleman knifing it into a teammate, and Lillian Johnson now over from Wiley as they spread out this Warwick defense here. Inside, another goal is going to be put on the board for Great Bridge. Looks to be number 10 on that goal, Julia Foran. That'll make our score 5-0 here with 3:01 to go in the opening frame. Just absolutely dominant here in this first period. Great Bridge hitting on all cylinders.
You ready for that, you two? Pressure this, coming out.
That last goal by Great Bridge's Lily Johnson.
Whether it's Julia Foran or Taylor Hester, Madison Wiley, or Lillian Johnson, Great Bridge finding ways to add to their lead. I believe the official scorer gave that to Lillian Johnson, though from my vantage point it looked like Julia Foran, but we'll go with them. Probably a better angle on it than where I'm sitting here. But I'm staying nice and warm inside here, toasty, as opposed to out there in that chilly cold weather right now, where we know our man on camera is braving the cold elements, that being Jacob Zadeau. Shout out to him. Dealing with the cold tonight as it is 46 degrees. Bear in mind, just about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago here, we had an 80-degree day at the training center for one of our field hockey broadcasts. My oh my, can it drop considerably in a hurry here. And Warwick had it in Great Bridge territory, but only for a brief moment. Wildcats poking it out here, and now into Warwick territory. It's Lillian Johnson who's able to swing it away from Zoe Santos, and there's Alora Chappell. A trio of Wildcats blanketing her, though. Johnson dumps it over to Mackenzie Cummins. Now Great Bridge will slow things up, allowing Warwick to catch their breath, which they badly want to do here with just a minute and change in this opening quarter. On the turf. Speaking of turf, AstroTurf, its brand has been driven by forward-thinking ingenuity since 1965. It's the longest-lasting durability and sound player protection with the most realistic sports-specific performance. AstroTurf continues to improve its system design to deliver those playing surfaces. AstroTurf, one of our sponsors out here at the RTC. Trying to get it away from Chambers, and the Wildcats do. They poke it past Lillian Krikorian. Now Great Bridge on the run here. Lethal transition game. Nora Capes tries to feed it over to a teammate in Mackenzie Cummins, and it rolls out of play. One nice thing about this cold night is no threat of rain. as it rained pretty heavy on Tuesday night during that Cox and Kempsville Region 5A semifinal matchup. I'll tell you in the second period about where the state semis and finals will be, but we've reached the end of one quarter of play here at the training center. It's Great Bridge on top of Warwick 5-0, a dominant start. Let's step aside and hear from one of our sponsors, and that would be Dairy Queen.
What's so extreme about the DQ Reese's Extreme Blizzard? How about all the Reese's you could dream of, with classic creamy Reese's peanut butter cups and crunchy Reese's Pieces? Plus, you guessed it, peanut butter topping and chocolatey topping. All blended in world-famous DQ soft serve, for a treat that takes your favorite combo to a whole new level. Wow, what a rush. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
That's right, go to vbpowerwash.com for more details about Shine Time Power Wash and Paint Professionals, your turnkey solution for all power washing and painting projects with years of experience in both residential and large-scale commercial settings. Their focus is to bring new life to your home, building, or outdoor space, plus ensure 100% customer satisfaction every time. Shine Time Power Wash. One of our presenting sponsors of our Region 4A field hockey matchup today in the semifinal round. It's the Great Bridge Wildcats leading 5-0 on top of the Warwick Raiders. Madison Wiley's been involved in multiple goals. We've seen Julia Foran, Lillian Johnson, and Taylor Helster also contributing either with goals or assists here, as Great Bridge has completely controlled things in this first period. Coach Katie Duke of the reigning state champions in Class 4 told folks before the season that it would be a very tough schedule to get them prepared for another run at a championship. That schedule including the likes of Cosin, Tab, and Kellum, and here they are in position to move to 15-3 and punch their ticket back to the state playoffs in Class 4. They take 8 teams in each of the 4 divisions, Class 6, 5, 4, and 3 in VHSL field hockey action for the state tournament. And Great Bridge, should they hold on to this lead of 5-0 on Warwick, would take on the winner of tonight's semifinal going on at Warner Stadium between the Jamestown Eagles and the Grafton Clippers. Jamestown won 10-0 over Smithfield back in the quarters, while Grafton beat Churchland by a count of 6-0. Great Bridge in possession again here, not wasting any time with this 5-goal lead here on Warwick. And inside it's going to be ricocheted and deflected. He shot by Julia Foran. You know, last season Foran and Maddie Wiley combined for 32 goals and 20 assists for Great Bridge on their way to an 11-2 record in Class 4 crown. And here's Great Bridge's 6th penalty corner of the evening. Little dump off there from Great Bridge off the rebound, trying to get it in and squeeze it in for a goal, and they will with Julia Foran off the missed shot, and Great Bridge adds to its lead 6-0 here at the training center in the second quarter as they strike again. All Great Bridge all the time here. 14 minutes to go in our first half. and they lead at 16 to nothing. Or check that, 6 to nothing, not 16 to nothing. Excuse me. But Great Bridge pouring it on like they did against War Hill in the quarterfinal round. Just off to a riveting start. Julia Foran. Displaying her skills here in this first half.
A little better angle on that, Chloe. You got to it. There you go, Evelyn.
And that one will sail out of play as they were trying to connect with Mackenzie Cummins and Hannah Higgins. The Wildcats looking like they're in tip-top shape and form here on this quest for another championship. Julia Foran and company just on a different level than Warwick tonight. You can just see just kind of those battles during the year against some of the better teams around has helped prep them for a championship push. As far as field hockey playoff action, some of the dates to circle or mark down if you're a fan of Great Bridge or Warwick or any team out there. The Class 4 state quarterfinals are slated for November the 9th at host sites. The Region 4A champ will host the Region 4B runner-up, while the Region 4B champ hosts the Region 4A runner-up. And if you're curious about what's going on in that matchup tonight, it's going to be a 7:30 start time tonight at Henrico High School in the Region 4B championship between Patrick Henry of Ashland taking on Mechanicsville. The state tournament Final Four, or the semifinals as they're more commonly known these days, will be November the 12th at Massaponax High School. 1:30 and 3:30 start times for those semifinal games. And another goal is on the board, put in by Hannah Higgins. And it's now a 7-0 lead for Great Bridge on Warwick. My oh my. Just hitting on all cylinders here with 12:04 to go in the half. Hannah Higgins extending the lead here for her team.
Great Bridge goal by Hannah Higgins, assisted by Maddie Wiley.
And Maddie Wiley with that last assist for Great Bridge. And she's creating opportunities for herself and her teammates all evening long. Thorough domination at this point for Great Bridge. You know, for Warwick, this was uncharted territory, winning that overtime game in a thrilling fashion over Deep Creek 2-1. They knew making this trip to see the defending state champs would be a tall order. And certainly it has been just that. As Warwick will retrieve the ball that went out of play with Charlie Farrell. And as Farrell hits it up the field, and it's eventually knocked out with Taylor Hester getting to it. Chance to tell you about another one of our sponsors here of field hockey action at the Regional Training Center, and that's CHKD Sports Medicine. Whether your child's competing as part of a football team, field hockey roster, likes to ride a bike, or on the road to Olympic glory, the multidisciplinary team at the CHKD Sports Medicine program is dedicated to the comprehensive treatment of illness and injury in both pediatric and college athletes. A salute to CHKD Sports Medicine for all they do for our youth. And Harley Benson, the 9th grader, finding Maddie Wiley. That's generally a good idea from what she's shown in this first half. One of the Commonwealth's best field hockey players, without a doubt. And we see not backing down 1 inch, though, for Warwick. Laura Chappell trying to find it to Amila Chambers, but it will roll out right there near the Great Bridge bench with Katie Duke and Jim Duke on the sideline. Grayson Kurth With the pass on the far side. Good job of sharing the ball and finding the open teammates. Wiley dumps it off. A give and go action now. Wiley in the circle. Gonna take a smack at it, and another goal for Maddie Wiley. Guess who? 8-0 Great Bridge. Hat trick for her. And then some. 9:18 to go. Maddie Wiley with another goal. Literally just 2 minutes and 46 seconds after she found Hannah Higgins, her junior teammate, for a goal. It's now 8-0 in favor of the Wildcats of Great Bridge.
Another unassisted goal by Maddie Wiley.
Wiley, get your stick down sooner.
If you're wondering about some of the biggest victories Great Bridge has had this year in terms of margins, they beat Indian River 15-0 back on August 26th. That's when it was a lot warmer out there, I can promise you, than 46 degrees. They also notched double-digit wins over Kings Fork and Salem. They beat the Bulldogs of Kings Fork 12-0 on September 29th, and Salem of Virginia Beach 10-0 on September 13th. And as we mentioned, not just great work from these scorers and playmakers that can set their teammates up to score, but the Wildcats coming in with 12 total shutouts. And we've not seen Warwick threaten at all. Not even getting in the attacking third area of Great Bridge at all tonight. So they could certainly be on their way to a 13th shutout this year. Last loss for Great Bridge came against Tab 4-0 on October 12th. And for those that know, Tab is one of the better field hockey programs around. Tigers fell in the Class 3 state title game during the spring to Picosin, a program that has won 8 state championships and got their first last spring to Picosin since 2016. Or check that. Tab was denied its 9th state championship. Picosin got its first ever championship win when they met back in the spring. But, playing both Tab and Picosin, who defeated Great Bridge, you're getting battle tested against two of the best around. And the field hockey competition level a little bit more challenging in the Southeastern District than the Peninsula District, for what Warwick has seen. Imagine that'll be something that Warwick, with their young ladies, will beef up the out-of-district schedule under Coach Michael Norton as they move into the 2022 campaign and develop these girls even further. Did play Hampton Roads Academy in one of their out-of-district matchups, and Smithville from the Bay Rivers, Grafton from the Bay Rivers. Nearly another goal there for Great Bridge, already up 8-0 and looking for more. And you see they're going to have Taylor Hester just roll it over to Jordan Walters as they get another penalty corner to the Wildcats. They're 7th of the half. And a nice little slap at it. Grayson Kurth and then Lillian Johnson. As Great Bridge continues to roar to the Wildcats, adding to their advantage now with 6:01 to go until halftime, 9-0 here at the training center. Dominant start here for Great Bridge. One of their best showings of the year, for sure. Lillian Johnson with multiple goals. Same goes for Madison Wiley, Julia Foran, Everyone getting in on the act for Great Bridge tonight. Up 9-0 on Warwick. And this is the most number of goals that Warwick has given up all year. When it comes in the first half, their most lopsided loss came 8-0 against Gloucester. Also got beat 6-0 by Grafton. And certainly you don't want to hang your head if you're these girls to get this far. You know, off the start they had. They opened up the year just 1-5. And they kind of got hot down the stretch, beating the likes of Woodside, Smithfield, and Heritage as they entered the playoffs and then took down Deep Creek. Coming in as the number 5 seed out of Region 4A. Raiders get it in, and it's going to be intercepted here. Great Bridge on the run here. Ball is deflected. Good stick work from Naomi Hall to deny Great Bridge's Haley Denson. Wildcats battling here. A good stop there and goal for Warwick with their freshman goalkeeper, Catherine Krikorian, who did a splendid job in that quarterfinal win over Deep Creek. Facing a tough task tonight against this Great Bridge attack that is simply relentless. It can come at you from so many different angles and ways, and tonight they have been looking like one of the best in all of Virginia, regardless of classification. If we get a final on Grafton Jamestown, we'll try to pass it along to you tonight here before we sign off. Wildcats back in the attacking third of Warwick with Jordan Walters. Another one of our sponsors of field hockey action from the Regional Training Center would be Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group. And before we tell you about Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group, we have to shout out another goal for the Great Bridge Wildcats. That's number 9 scoring for Great Bridge. Their 10th goal, number 9, Abigail Ferris. .234 until halftime. As Ferris adds to the advantage here for Great Bridge, 10-0. So for the 4th time this year, Great Bridge has reached double-figure goals. Their first time since September. Didn't do it in October. They did it once in August, twice in September, and here in November. Picking a great time to get double-digit goals in the playoffs. Nothing like that. So at the rate we are going, likely we will have a mercy rule situation for the 4th period. Inside the feed. And another one on the board as it's Grayson Kurth finding Lillian Johnson to make it 11-0. Junior to freshman with 1:51 until halftime. Great Bridge making this look effortless out here tonight. And Warwick with just no answers here. Had a hard time matching the speed and precise passing by these Wildcats. Every time the ball starts to roll, near Great Bridge territory. Someone from Great Bridge is able to fly in and swoop in there with the stop. That time it's Elena Acosta. And there's Julia Foran. Dumping it out. And spreading this Raiders defense out. Paige Schmidt hits it and it goes out. Pretty complete effort here in this first half from the ladies in white out of Great Bridge High in Chesapeake. And we do have a final to report, thanks to folks here passing that on to us. It was 1-0 in favor of Jamestown, a winner tonight in its regional semifinal over the Grafton Clippers. So Jamestown will be taking on the winner of this matchup. Certainly look like it's going to be Great Bridge. Not that I'm spoiling things for you watching this one here, 11-0 in favor of the Wildcats. Be a lot of green out there for Great Bridge and Jamestown, which is looking like that'll be our Region 4A championship matchup coming up. But we have reached halftime here at the Regional Training Center, and it's 11-0 in favor of Great Bridge. Goals galore: Julia Foran, Lillian Johnson, Taylor Hester, and of course Madison Wiley. We'll step aside for our halftime break and hear from a number of our sponsors, and beginning with Why Not Italian?
Nobody cares for more young knees than CHKD Sports Medicine. Our specialists, surgeons, and physical therapists work together to develop treatment and training programs that get young athletes back up to speed safely with the strength and confidence they need to stay in the game for the long haul. CHKD Sports Medicine. Care today to last a lifetime.
For more than 23 years, we've made it our mission to lend peace of mind.
Even when times aren't very peaceful.
We know that every borrower is unique.
That's why we put you first in every step of the loan process.
At Atlantic Bay, we are dedicated, now more than ever,
to providing digital tools, resources, and a lending hand.
To help you reach your home dreams.
Because we're here for you.
Whenever,
wherever,
however.
Zoop Eatery, our title sponsor of today's Region 4A field hockey semifinal matchup, where the Great Bridge Wildcats have been purring all night long, completely dominant. They scored 3 goals in the game's first 8 minutes and have not let up one bit. An 11-0 lead, as they've seen the likes of Hannah Higgins, Aubrey Steckline, Julia Foran, Lillian Johnson, Taylor Hester, all these young ladies with multiple goals, assists, and Madison Wiley, who's got a hat trick, and she's been all over the place, contributing to this 11-0 lead as they're well on their way to a victory to move them to 15-3 overall and another state playoff berth after winning the state championship just last season in the abbreviated spring campaign. Coming up on Thursday, the regional final, where they will take on the Jamestown Eagles, a 1-0 winner over Grafton in the other semifinal that took place tonight. A couple more sponsors you'll hear from before we return here at the Regional Training Center for our second half. And one of those sponsors would be Chicho's Pizza. And we're back here. Sorry we had to cut off there with Shine Time Power Wash and Paint Professional, but the second half is now underway here from the training center in Virginia Beach. Matt Hatfield back here with you on our BeachSportsplex.com webpage and Virginia Beach Sportsplex YouTube channel, where you can see all of our field hockey action, regular season and postseason, plus soccer, football, coming up on Thursday and Friday on our streaming device and channel, whether you're watching on your phone, your tablet, your computer, whatever it may be. We've got First Colonial and Cox in the Region 5A Championship. Regardless of the outcome, both teams moving on to the state playoffs and VHSL field hockey action. Then we've got some VISAA private school football. Yours truly will be on the call alongside Coach Ed Young for Atlantic Shores and Portsmouth Christian to close out the regular season for high school football for the VHSL and the VISAA, public school and private school action. Good to you all here on BeachSportsplex.com from the Sportsplex and the Regional Training Center. The Raiders of Warwick in the maroon and gold, Great Bridge in the green and white. The Wildcats working from left to right on your screen. Warwick operating from east to west. A couple minutes gone by here in this third quarter. And Great Bridge continuing to control possession as we start the second half. Madison Wiley, nifty little feed over to Taylor Hester. You know, Coach Duke has to be very pleased with her team's performance today. Coming out here in the cold and playing like the defending champs you would expect them to be. Coming off a 6-0 shutout and trying to get their 13th shutout of the season. There's Grayson Kurth. Now trying to advance up the field there. That shot by Charlie Farrell is intercepted, and the Wildcats pushing out. Right there along midfield. Warwick's got it now. Rare opportunities in Great Bridge territory. Ends up getting poked away there, as Great Bridge has it with Grayson Kurth, one of the many juniors on the roster. The senior contingency for Great Bridge featuring Madison Wiley, Julia Foran, Taylor Hester, and Elena Acosta. Outside of them, though, this squad is littered with underclassmen. which bodes well for the future of their development and being in the championship hunt for years to come, especially at the Class 4 level. I know a few have commented to me they need stingier competition, does Great Bridge. In Class 4, they're just dominant, almost like you would expect a John Marshall in boys basketball in Class 2 or Class 3, or Lake Taylor girls now in basketball in Class 3, or some other athletic programs we can point out in different divisions. Or Riverheads in football in Class 1 where they've dominated. Maybe they need to be up in 5 or 6 playing the First Colonials and the Coxes of the world. Well, the way it works, though, the Virginia High School League structures and organizes its teams based on enrollment figures. In Great Bridge, based on the number of students in their school, they are in Class 4. Did used to be in Class 5. I know people would enjoy seeing those regular season matchups, so maybe you keep your fingers crossed for a Great Bridge Cox or a Great Bridge First Colonial regular season encounter in 2022 or 2023. You can see FC and Cox, of course, tomorrow on our streaming page for the championship in Region 5A. Wildcats well on their way to seeing either Patrick Henry of Ashland or Mechanicsville in the state quarterfinals. Jamestown will be there playing one of those two teams in the state quarters as well. But first comes first, the two teams from the 757 area code set to square off in the regional championship coming up tomorrow with Great Bridge and Jamestown. Penalty corner now for the Wildcats, their first of the second half, with an 11-goal lead. And couldn't quite squeeze that one in with Julia Foreign. Tick near 10 minutes to go in this third quarter. Chance to mention another one of our sponsors here of field hockey action at the Regional Training Center, and that would be John's Tax Service. John's Tax Service and JPM Financial Services have been serving all of Hampton Roads for over 20 years, providing tax preparation and retirement planning services. They're the best thanks to you, John's Tax Service. Great Bridge on the move again, as you see Lydia Hall. It's poked away here with Warwick. Amila Chambers. Chambers now trying to find a teammate, but again, Great Bridge quick in reaction. Grayson Kurth, their key defenders. Warwick getting to it with a Laura Chappell. Once again, the Wildcats able to jump in front of that pass. Is very alert on the defensive end. Lillian Johnson, who's been all over the field tonight for Great Bridge. Wildcats with Lydia Hall. And Warwick will drop it off here for Lillian Krikorian. Slaps it up ahead. And unable to keep possession, Marul Assad, the 10th grader for the Raiders, and Coach Norton doing a fine job here to get his girls motivated for this playoff run, and his team certainly has a chance to be back in contention next year in Region 4A for the regional semifinal spot. Really getting on a nice run. They've not been a high-scoring team this year. Only once have they scored more than 3 goals, and that came in a 10-0 shutout of Heritage. Outside of that, 2 games where they scored 3 goals against Woodside and Smithfield. So once this thing got out of control early, you knew it was going to be an uphill climb and hard for the Raiders to stay in this one. Sometimes in the postseason, you do get some matchups that proved to be mismatches, and Great Bridge not slowing down at all here. Nora Caps. There's Lillian Johnson. Tries to get it into Nora Cappies, and then it's stolen away here. Good to see Warwick continuing to battle hard here, despite this deficit being what it is.
No shot, no shot.
Lydia Hall trying to escape by multiple defenders. And it's going to be a penalty corner now, as Johnson will pick it up and hand it off to Jordan Walters. The 11th one of the game for Great Bridge. Just under 7 minutes to go in our contest here, as the mercy rule is indeed in effect here tonight, so there will not be a fourth period. Walters finds it to Hester, and it bounces through. Another goal for Great Bridge. Put it on the board as they give a pat on the back to one Lillian Johnson. 12-0 in favor of the Wildcats. 6:29 to go in our third quarter. Hat tricks for a couple of different players tonight. Maddie Wiley and Lillian Johnson. Great Bridge just cruising right along. Jordan Walters. She's a freshman. They have 5 of those on the roster. Yeah, 5 ninth groups on this roster for Great Bridge. Hard to believe, right? With this dominant, they've got 5 freshmen. Well, they do, with Harley Denson, Mackenzie Cummins, Nora Caps, Lillian Johnson, and Jordan Walters. Yeah, that Johnson girl, she's going to be around for a while. Get used to her, folks. If you follow field hockey action in Chesapeake or Region Fullray across the 757. Probably not the last time her name will be mentioned in a playoff game for the Wildcats. I think that's a safe statement. Great Bridge trying to get away from the trouble there with Jordan Walters, evading the pressure from Zoe Santos. Warwick pushes it out, though. Raiders trying to advance it up the field with Laura Chappell. You see just in the way are Grayson Kurth and a couple of these Wildcats in white. Nowhere to move, nowhere to go. They're not budging.
Easy on that.
Wildcats running up the field here with just a little over 4 minutes to go in this matchup. Short pass there. They get it over to Julia Foran. Now it's Elena Acosta with it. Acosta hasn't knocked away, but there's Grayson Kurth. 3.5 minutes to go in this one. 12-0 in favor of Great Bridge. Every day is sweet when we're serving you Blizzard treats like M&M's, Reese's, cookie dough, Oreo fudge brownie. Thanks for being fans for all these years, Dairy Queen says, and here's to many more. Check them out. Fan food, not fast food, Dairy Queen, Lancetown. Stick battle there. Warwick wins that As you see the likes of Warwick Chapel and Evelyn Marchese for the Raiders, who will close out this season 5-8 overall, and 5 seed out of the Peninsula District. Great Bridge will up its mark to 15-3 on the season. State champions of field hockey, Great Bridge in 2017 and 2016, as well as earlier this year. And what the VHSL will have in its record book is 2020. I like to say 2020-2021, since it was technically that school year. Nonetheless, gives them an opportunity, should they get 3 more wins in the state tournament, for the Wildcats of Great Bridge High to get their 4th state championship in 6 school years. Pretty fine accomplishment for them. Back in 2016, they beat Grafton 2-1 in a shootout. Some thought we might see a Grafton-Great Bridge renewing matchup in the playoffs. Great Bridge has some history with Eastern View, who ironically enough they won't see in this year's postseason. They beat Eastern View 3-0 in 2017 in the Class 4 title game. They lost to Eastern View 3-2 in overtime in 2019. Wildcats going to get one more on the board before we bid adieu tonight. It's going to be number 4, I think, if I saw it right, in Autumn Labor. Makes it 13-0 with 1:17 to go. And the board will change here in a moment. A little bit slow here, but there it is. 13-0 on the board for Great Bridge. First time we've called her name out, the junior. You know, ironically enough, while some are clamoring for a Great Bridge matchup with an FC or a Cox, and we had the AAA format, which existed from gosh, 2012, before that I think 1987, 1977, somewhere in there. For, again, that was a good long 25, 35 years, whatever it might have been. Didn't see Great Bridge in the finals. It was still often Cox and First Colonial. Princess Anne poked its head in there 1 year, so did Kempsville. Stafford High, Mountain View, W.T. Woodson, James River Midlothian. Those are the schools you usually saw in those AAA finals from around 1977 to 2012.
23 seconds. Just put it in a circle. Let's go.
Before we say goodnight to you all here, another sponsor we'd like to shout out would be Why Not Italian. Looking for something for dinner tonight? Check out Why Not Italian, their newest Haygood location on Independence Boulevard. Dine in with them at any one of the 7 locations. They've been celebrating over 28 years in Hampton Roads with excellent ingredients, traditional recipes, and treating customers like family. Why Not Italian? And it's over. It's in the books. The Great Bridge Wildcats moving on to the state tournament. The defending Class 4 state champs are now 15-3 overall after a 13-0 shutout tonight over the Warwick Raiders. They'll take on the Jamestown Eagles in the championship of Region 4A, which is scheduled for tomorrow, Thursday, November the 4th. Great Bridge listed as the top seed and would presumably host that matchup for the regional championship. Again, Class 4 state quarterfinals is November the 9th, November the 12th at Massaponax High School for the state semis, and November the 13th at noon, a week from this Saturday, at Cortland High School for the championship in Class 4. The Class 4B championship going on tonight between Patrick Henry of Ashland and Mechanicsville at Henrico High School. We do know that Chancellor will play Cortland in the Region 4C championship. Eastern View lost to Chancellor in the semifinals. That's going on tomorrow night. And over in 4D, still waiting to see who makes it to the championship game in that one. have not, according to the VHSL site, gotten reports, but the Final Four consisted of Fauquier, Heritage of Leesburg, Kettle Run, and Loudoun County. So 2 teams will move on from that region. I want to thank all of our sponsors here for making this possible tonight for our field hockey coverage, including Vault Athletics and Fitness, Why Not Italian, Tropical Smoothie Cafe, Shine Time Power Wash and Paint Professionals, Chicho's Pizza, Dairy Queen, John's Tax Service, One Life Fitness, Atlantic Bay Mortgage, CHKD Sports Medicine, Astro Turf, and of course our title sponsor, Zoop Eatery, where you can get customizable and individually packaged meals for your convenience. Build the perfect box lunch. They've got a wide variety of fresh salads, made-to-order sandwiches, soups, and they're all served with a hunk of bread and dessert at Zoop Eatery. Thanks to Jacob Zado on camera, Nick Senti, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Hatfield. Once again, our final tonight from the Regional Training Center on this chilly Wednesday night in Virginia Beach. The Great Bridge Wildcats moving on to the state playoffs. They win it 13-0 over the Warwick Raiders, who see their season end at 5-8 overall. The Wildcats now 15-3, and the defending champs well positioned behind the likes of Madison Wiley, Julia Fuller, Lillian Johnson, Taylor Hester, and a slew of others to repeat as champions. You'll need 3 more wins in the state tournament to get it done. We say good night from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Thanks for watching our VHSL field hockey coverage on BeachSportsplex.com and our YouTube channel, courtesy of the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. Sportsplex.com and our YouTube channel, courtesy of the Virginia Beach Sportsplex.